All right, Reenie, let's go. Reenie is my little Schnauzer Terrier mix. She looks just like a Muppet, but not the like cute kind, the like dirty kind that would hang out with Oscar the Grouch. All right, then let's go. This is Sustainable Events Dog Walk, a short podcast from Positive Impact Event Consulting, where you can get a quick nugget about sustainability for your events and event business while on a walk with Alycia and her dog Reenie. Sustainability is a big project, but we'll get there together, one little step at a time. Today, let's talk about progress over perfection. I think this is probably a phrase that most of us have heard before. If you listened through the earliest episodes of the podcast, you would have heard me talk about my personal philosophy since I was a child, which is better is better. I love the word better. I think it's just great because better is better, even if it's only a fraction of a percent. And the concept of progress over perfection is it's better to make some progress at the expense of not being perfect. A lot of us who own our own businesses are pretty type A. Maybe we're perfectionists. Maybe we're very independently motivated and headstrong and don't like the idea of not being perfect and not doing the very best that we can do and that is possible. Fact of life is we push ourselves all the time to do things that we cannot be perfect at and might only get a little bit better. So we need to give some space within the concept of sustainability that this will be the case also. And the thing that I come up against in conversation pretty much constantly is the idea of basically, oh, well, what's the point? What is my contribution going to do? It's only going to be done wrong or not well enough, or the solution is going to cause new problems. A lot of negativity. It's very hard to see sometimes the upside and the benefits, and it's easy to see the downsides and the despair. And so I really want to endear you to this idea of progress over perfection, because the thing is, we didn't get in this situation because of one or two key individuals making some really big choices and executing on them perfectly. We got in this situation by everyone making a 1% worse choice, a 10% worse choice, and just going down the road of disregarding this concept of equality, the concept of environmentalism, and all of the basic tenets of morality that we might individually focus on being taken as irrelevant in business or government or whatever. So we're not trying to reverse one perfect action. We're trying to reverse 10 billion small imperfect actions. So in the spirit of 10 billion fractional actions, we're going to reverse the effects with 10 billion fractional steps. And if you can contribute 1,000 of those, that's a lot more than nothing. And it's, we're all human. We're absolutely terrible at natural statistics. Oh my gosh. Okay, shake it off. There we go. From the statistical perspective, if it took this long and this many individuals making choices to get us into the rut that we're in, it's going to take twice as many individuals, one for everyone still making a poor choice and one to make a good choice, to reverse it. And the great thing that we have going for us is that we're trying to do the same thing that got us in this situation, which is bring more and more people along every day. It didn't start out with everyone in the Western world using Amazon to solve every single one of their problems and get an individually plastic wrapped package per purchase shipped in the mail. So come on, dog. Over time, through enthusiasm and convenience, those people got converted. So likewise, changing expectations will create more change and bring more people on to support, and the numbers will shift. In the meantime, you're going to need to rely on your type A and your leadership to take some enthusiasm from yourself and say, look, man, there's other areas in my life where I do the thing that takes a little bit of extra effort or is less convenient or less perfectly cheap. And this is one of those areas now. And when you are looking at progress over perfection in your business with regards to sustainability, what you're looking at is giving yourself credit for what you have done and giving yourself credit when you make more effort than you would have last time. That's it. I was very much brought up through the world of it's hard to take credit for your wins and it's hard to celebrate. It's hard to stop the momentum when you've had a win or when you are getting close to a win and take that on and say, let's stop, let's celebrate, let's go for drinks, let's do the thing, because that's how a lot of us are. That's sort of the nature of being a business owner. A lot of us are not good at going, pat on the back. Okay, I did that. That's pretty good. But what I want to see is that those of us who are working on this project of bringing sustainability into events and raising the standards and raising the expectations, we got to give ourselves credit for what's working, for doing the hard thing, for making hard choices, both to ourselves and honestly with our community and our marketing. Because there are lots of businesses who do things so great and they work so hard and they put in so much effort, but only the people closest to them know about it. And fundamentally, you got to share. People only know what they're being told. So if you are making good effort and you're trying hard, that's enough to share and say. And I think my bubble, at least, is doing better at this. We just passed New Year. There's a lot of LinkedIn posts about the difficulties and the wins from the previous year and acknowledging, that it's been a journey and all that stuff. If you can share with your audience, hey, sustainability is a hard thing and a lot of people don't talk about it because there is this phenomenon of cancel culture around sustainability and people getting too intense, but I'm just trying to do my part. Here's 2 things that I've done that other businesses might not have done that I think are important, even though they're just a tiny move in the right direction. And that's what I want to see more and more. And I want everyone to be able to group together and add up their tiny wins and feel really good about it. So that's what progress over perfection means. It means, guess what? Today was the 5th time this week that I brought my own cup to the coffee shop. It means I bought a big box of printer paper on Amazon, but I bought the 50% recycled paper. We're not going to get a 100% perfect score win all the time, and nothing is straightforward enough to really get that great feeling. But if you've got an accountability buddy, and it can be me, like message me on Instagram or LinkedIn to celebrate when you make a change or make a good effort, when you shared with your clients the opportunity for them to care, whatever it is, take that little bit, because we're adding up to reverse years worth of choices and habits and structural changes and community efforts. So better is better. Don't get bogged down in, we put all this stuff to recycle, but does recycling even work? Does it go to the places people think it does? Why even bother? Just give yourself that 1 minute a day of recognition that you did the best you could with the knowledge that you had, and that trying counts in this situation. If you have any questions about sustainability in your events business, no matter how broad or detailed, I would love to hear about them in my Google form questionnaire or in my email. All those links are in the podcast notes. Thanks for joining me on Sustainable Events Dog Walk. I'm Alycia Druby, founder of Positive Impact Event Consulting, and I want to help you integrate sustainability into your event business so you're ready to make every event you work on more sustainable. See you next time.